Hello friends, welcome back to another video. This is Chef Dino, channel Dino Valbone. I have a special treat today. We're gonna make a clam chowder soup. Clam chowder soup can be made with fresh clams. Some people use canned, but we're fortunate enough. We live near Pismo Beach, world famous Pismo Clams. Everybody knows about them. I just did clamming. I have another video. You can check that out. And I got myself my limit, which is 10 clams per day. And in Pismo, remember, they have to be 4.5 inches wide to be legal. Anyways, so I'm going to go over the basic ingredients that you're going to need, and then we're going to show you how I put this together. So obviously you need clams. These are diced. I don't grind them. Some people do. I dice them because then you get tiny bits of clam you know, in your mouth, and it's small enough where it's tender, but at the same time, you know, you get a nice clam piece. Here we have my chicken broth. This is a chicken broth I make from chickens that I trim and I cut to pieces. I butcher. I make broth out of the backbone. So this is very, very packed with flavor and nutrition. It's frozen. Yes, exactly. I have a video how you can do that on my channel, Dino Valbone. We have 6 strips of bacon. Okay, if you can get smoked bacon, it's a plus. If you can get thick cut bacon, it's even better. Okay, it just makes the cooking easier. But any bacon will do. But this hickory smoked one gives the clam chowder a very, very good flavor. We have I have russet potatoes. You can use different types of potatoes. I like the russet. The trick to this is to cut them in cubes about this big, about 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. And the reason for that, and you want to make sure that they're that size or smaller. The reason for that is for the potatoes to cook faster in the stew and cook evenly, without some getting too mushy and some being raw. Yellow onions. I have 3/4 of a average size yellow onions. Again, we have it chopped up into pieces about that big. Okay, I think more important than the quantity of the ingredients, the way you prepare it is more important because it affects how it cooks. So you can vary the ingredients as you please. This is what I did and it came out fantastic, and we wanted to share this with you guys. A stick of celery, you know, about a I don't know, 10-inch long stick of celery, again chopped up fine, just like that. I have about 2 pieces of big garlic cloves. You can use 3 if they're small, again to taste. 3 tablespoons of flour, okay, and this is to give it the creamy consistency. 2 tablespoons of butter. About 10 Pismo clams. This comes out to about 10 to 12 ounces. Again, you can go up and down on the amount and how clammy you want it. Now, here I have half a cup of half and half, and a half a cup of water. So this totals to 1 cup. Okay, so half and half water.
Or maybe if people just have milk, they can just do that amount.
You can do milk, you know, because this kind of it watered it down, but I think the cream has certain proteins in it that make it come out more creamy. I've never done it with milk. This is how I did it. Again, I'm not going to fix something that's broken. Alrighty, so we're ready to go. Oh, salt and pepper, of course. Yeah, you know, your basic salt and pepper spices that you need. That's basically it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start first with cooking the bacon, because we're going to use some of the bacon fat, okay, in our cooking, and we're going to garnish the soup at the end with bacon and some chopped up parsley. So the idea is we're going to cook the bacon, then we're going to introduce the ingredients. I'm going to show how we're going to do it. I'm going to get the bacons going, and I'll see you by the stove while we continue with this video. All right, guys, so we got our bacon going. It's turning nice and crispy. We're gonna chop this up and use it on the soup later on. And look at all that goodness down there. That's all gonna be incorporated in our clam chowder soup. So I'm gonna finish taking this out, putting on a paper towel, and we'll be back and I'll show you what we do next. Okay, so we got our bacon done. Now, you can leave the bacon fat in there if you don't mind, but we took the fat out and we left about 2 tablespoons of bacon fat. And also, I added some peanut oil. So if you're gonna leave all the bacon fat in there, you don't need to put oil, but I did just so we have enough. All right, so we're gonna start with our onions. Okay. You gotta control your heat here. You don't want to get too hot. See all that brown stuff down there? We're gonna deglaze that with our chicken broth. I'll show you in just a bit. It's really fun doing that because you're putting a ice cold chicken broth on this hot plate and deglazing part. Okay, I'm gonna add the celery. And of course, we're gonna add the potatoes. I'm gonna keep my garlic for the end. I don't want it to burn. So right now, just gonna give this a stir. You can see already all the yummy seared layers coming off. This is part of the cooking process of the ingredients. I am going to add ground pepper. Okay. We're going to add our sea salt. To taste, you can always add later, but can't take off, so. And the clams are salty, so you gotta take that into consideration. All right, so I'm gonna let this go for a few minutes, kind of a medium-high heat, where we're gonna cook and break some of this down. So when we're doing the soup part, we don't have to cook it for very long. All right, I'll be back and we'll continue from there. Alrighty, so this has been going for about 4 or 5 minutes. Want to do most of the cooking down here to soften up, especially the potatoes. Now I'm going to add the garlic. Again, I waited to add the garlic at the end so it doesn't burn. This already smells really good, but this is a great recipe for clam chowder. We made it once, exactly how I'm showing you. We loved it. We just absolutely loved it. At this point, we're gonna put our butter. Okay, so that's the 2 tablespoons of butter. Gonna let it melt. Cook a little further. Be back. Show you the next step. All right, so it's been about a couple of minutes. We added the garlic. Now, the potatoes, you want them to be just like that, where they're almost cooked but not fully, because we want the rest of the cooking to be done in the stew. That way your potatoes, you can taste them perfectly cooked, not too mushy, okay? Now we're gonna add our chicken broth. This is what I was talking about. Gonna deglaze, finalize. And I was just thinking when we were talking that, well, we got bacon, butter, salt. No wonder this tastes delicious. And now we're adding chicken broth. So yeah, this is another great recipe. I've taken combination of different recipes and created my own, changing the amounts. All right. So I'm gonna let this go. Let the chicken broth completely dissolve and be back and show you what we do next. All right. What I should have done before adding the chicken broth is I should have added the flour, but I missed that step. We're gonna add it now. We'll see if it'll turn clumpy or Uncle Bumpy. I think if you add it in slowly and you stir it, you're not gonna have that problem. Let's see. Now the flour is what gives it its creamy thickness. You can add more or less, depending on how you like it. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit at a time. Mix it in. All right, so we're gonna continue this and be back to show you what the next step is. All right, now we're gonna add our clams. I might have a little too much clams here, so I might not use the whole thing. Can always make some fritters with it. Let's mix this in and see what our ratio looks like. At this point, I'm gonna add some water, and this is how sometimes it turns tricky, where turns out to be a little thick. So I'm just gonna add some water to it. You can always add water to thin it out, cook it longer to thicken it, or add flour. I think that will just be perfect. There you go. All right, so now we're gonna cook this. So our clams are cooked. Clams don't take that long to cook. Don't want to cook them too long, they're going to be kind of tough. I think I'm going to add a little bit more clams here. Like I said, this is the second time I'm doing it. The first time, unfortunately, I didn't write it down, and so kind of missing the steps here, but we'll get there. What do you think? Should we add the rest of the clams? Or?
I don't know. It looks like a lot of clams already.
Already? I never thought we would complain about too much clams. I said, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's go crazy. Yeah, I think it's perfect. All right. I add a little bit more water so I can get the clams cooked, and then of course we're going to add our half and half with water and cook it down. Be right back in a couple of minutes. Okay, stirring it as it cooks. I'm waiting for some of the pieces of clams to cook a little bit further. We're gonna do something a little bit different. This time we're gonna put some fresh thyme in there. We're gonna let that cook, and then we'll take the stem out in a bit. All right, so we've cooked it long enough where the clams have turned opaque. We don't wanna cook more than this, and the potatoes are almost done. At this point, we turn the heat down to simmer where it's not bubbling, and we're going to start adding our water and the half and half. You want to continuously mix it. You want to add a little bit at a time so you don't curd up the dairy. So as far as cooking time goes, to get up until now, you just gotta gauge it. You know, you can't put this on and set it and forget it. You gotta be on top of it. Make sure you give it a stir every so often. And yeah, so we're gonna just add this a little bit at a time. And then we're gonna put it on simmer, and we're gonna monitor. We're going to stir it often until we get to that right consistency, and that can be served. It's already looking beautiful. It needs to thicken up a bit. If we need to, we'll add more flour, but I don't think so. I think if we just let it reduce.
Also, the potatoes are gonna add thickness.
Yeah, the potatoes as they break down, they're gonna. All right, so that's where we are. All right. So I have the flame at simmer. This is probably gonna go for about, I don't know, maybe half an hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 20 minutes.
We'll see. And we'll show you where we are in about 20 minutes to half an hour. All right, folks. So we're about 20 minutes into cooking this. I had to do a voiceover. My microphone malfunctioned. Audio wasn't good. So anyways, so we're just simmering it down to the consistency we like. Everybody is different. It's subjective. My wife likes it a little bit thinner. I like it a little bit thicker. But yeah, we decided that this is an acceptable level. So what we're going to do is we're going to plate it now. We have our soup in our bowl. We have our chopped up crispy bacon, and we have some parsley that we're gonna put on there. You can serve this in a loaf of like a bread, like a round bread. You can take the top off, hollow it out, put the soup in there. That's how sometimes they do it in restaurants. But we don't eat bread. We've cut carbohydrates down, so we're gonna have ours like this. So we're gonna put as much crispy bacon as you like on top. That's to taste. Crispy bacon goes really well with the clams. We have some parsley here that I'm going to shred over, and parsley gives it also a little bit of special taste when you're eating it and you get a little piece of parsley there. All right. I hope you guys have been enjoying this video. Here it is, Dino's clam chowder soup. I'm gonna do a taste test right now to make sure it's good. Be careful, it's hot. And also we found that as you let it sit after cooking, we kind of took it off and started eating it, but if you let it sit a bit, it thickens up more and it's much better. Alrighty. I hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe if you find any value in this video. If you don't, I'll get you next time in my next video. If you push the notification button, you'll get reminded as I post videos. I really appreciate your support, and enjoy cooking. Yeah, cooking is wonderful. It's relaxing. It's calming. It's a form of meditation, and I hope that you will take advantage of that and enjoy it more and more. Alrighty, I will see you in my next video. Take care, live, laugh, love, be kind to animals, take care of them, they need us, and love to all. Okay, so we're having a taste test by a third party who doesn't want to be on the...
Oh my god, it's incredible. Delicious, perfect.
All right, there you have it.